so are we playing this game or are we not playing it at all? Because it looks like NFF doesn't want us to go play this game in a same mind. They make the environment unconducive for us. I don't know what is happening, but overall, how do you see the game?
Honestly, I'm going to say that I think the match has not started, but we are already trailing. Yes, we are already behind. Behind not by scoreline, but by psychological factors, which is one very important factor that you need to put, in place before entering a football game. First, the whole window started with the Iwobi video, and then all of a sudden, we had very concrete news that the Super Eagles have down tools, that they are no longer interested in what? Playing or training until they are sorted their backlogs of payments, which is going as far back as 2019, needs to be cleared. You see, I think we have come a long way as not just a country, but in several dimensions, from sporting to, every other aspect of the country. And it's high time we need to tell ourselves the honest truth. It gets to a point where you tell yourself, even if nobody's talking to you or nobody's telling you the truth, corruption is now very, very, senseless in the country. Like, the corruption we are exhibiting in Nigeria now is not the one that is even, is not sensible again. Do you get? It's a corruption that you are doing it because, what I would say, because your peers are doing it. It's not really because you understand it. Super Eagles are players that we all know that they can afford to play for Super Eagles free. We all know that whether they are being owed money since 2019 till date or not, they are not hungry. For them to decide not to play tells you the rot that must have happened behind. Tells you what they have seen behind. Tells you what is playing behind. Tells you the amount of money that is going down the drain. These guys are rich. I mean, relatively, they are richer than majority of Nigerians. That's just the truth. So for them to say they are not playing, we should look past the financial aspect of it. We should look at it from the point of view that the association itself, called NFF, is no longer, an association that wants to drive football forward. And this is what these footballers are fighting for. It's not the money. They won't be Super Eagles player forever. Yes, they won't be there forever. But standards needs to be set. The kind of worm that NFF has been covering since the days of Sunday Olise needs to be opened so that everybody will see the rot. First, we started with an hotel, which was not in the very right, place. NFF had to pay a lot of, influencers to come out and then wash their image and say, oh, the hotel is not bad. It was just the place Iwobi even, viewed it from. Plus, Iwobi was even pressured to come outside and clarify the whole thing. Now again, just hours after that incident, we are hearing that the entire players have down tools. Do you know that it's so bad that the Super Eagles administrative arm, there are those people that are managing Super Eagles, have decided that they are not interested. That let NFF come and talk to the players and clear whatever, they need to clear. It's a shame. 1 million naira has been promised to each Congolese player if they qualify for the World Cup. Whereas we are still fighting to pay our players $15,000. NFF is now coming out to say they are, they trying to blackmail the guys, saying they are asking for a special bonus. Ekong has cleared the hair. It has nothing to do with any special bonus. Pay us what we have played. Pay us all the money that you have owed us. We are not hungry, but at the same time, we are not fools. Just because I have enough does not mean if I work for you, I don't deserve my my wages. The Bible says every laborer deserves their wages. The Bible says, muzzle not the ox that treaded the corn. You don't close the mouth of the ox that is you are using to work in your farm. You open it. So that as he's working, if he wants to eat anything, eat. That is the liberty that the Super Eagles are fighting for. Every day since 2002, we've been complaining about this, inappropriations, corruptions of, finances in the NFF. And yet, it's still there. People are saying, oh, the Super Eagles are not patriotic enough. They could have, decide to just play the match and then qualify for the World Cup and then use the World Cup as a leverage to negotiate. No! Hold them where it fits. Hold them where it's, difficult. We are playing Gabon tomorrow and they are not training today. Yes! Because at some point, you have to face corruption in the face because corruption always fights back. You have to stand up and fight it. Honestly, it's appalling. The situation is appalling. And the corruption of the NFF, if treated rightly, it can spiral into every other areas of the country. If the players can stand up and fight. I mean, we saw a viral clip, I think yesterday, of one of this Nigerian minister who met his match.
He didn't met his match. He met somebody who is greater than him.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He met somebody who decides to put him in his place. Yes, it might not be ethical. Yes, it might not be constitutional. Yes, but then this is what we need as a country at the moment to stand up to this, bullies. We are too. The potential in the country is too massive. We are going into a World Cup qualifying phase, qualifying knockout, this thing, and yet look at the mess we are having to deal with just because we've been a complete shitty football administration. Kudos to the guys, kudos to all of them. One thing I give credit to the Super Eagles for is the unionism, the togetherness.
This particular team.
Yes, this particular guys, because this is not the first time. The last time somebody spoke about it was 2019 when Leo Balogun stood up to NFF and said, no, this is nonsense. We ought to be paid our money. We are not saying we are poor, but if money has been disbursed for what we are doing, we have the right to collect it. You're not paying us. Why? And the money is there. Somebody who does nothing, plays for nothing, just stands in the gap between the federal government and us, gets all this money and don't pay us? No. And what did they do to Leon Balogun? He was just completely ostracized. Taken out. That was the last time he was invited to Super Eagles. Everybody had to be shut down. There was a period between 2017 to 2017, thereabout up to 2018, 2019, that Ekong also spoke up and he wasn't getting any call up. It took a lot of entourage before he came back into the team. So these are the issues. We have to, I give credit to all of them, the Osimhen, the Ekong, the big names there, that, decided to follow the captain and fight against this brazen corruption in the NFF. Then we play. See, let me tell you something. Away from the whole thing that Super Eagles are doing, I believe that training is not about, all of them are still arriving, you understand? So it's not about going to the pitch to train. In fact, even if they go to the pitch, it's going to be light work. You get majority of what Eric Chell needs to do is, talk. They've been playing before. They played, I think, last month. So they are not new to what they want to do. They just need to talk to themselves, use video to, show them how the game is going to be planned out and everything and how it's going to be executed. So I believe that the aspect of training that we are thinking they didn't do is not all about, it's not everything that football training is about. They see the gym, they see a lot of things that they will do indoors to keep fit, you understand? So I believe that the players are not stupid enough not to put themselves in ready mode. Yes, in the right frame for the game. They are doing other things to put themselves in the right place. But this show of, a courage to fight the corruption in the NFF is thumbs up from me. Thumbs up from me.
Well, how will the international community be seeing Nigerian football and its players, preparing for some sort of competition like this? You've seen other, countries being placed in a good environment that will keep their mind and this is serene environment that will help you, check in as a football player, knowing fully well what you are there for. How will the international body see us as a nation and as a football, nation too?
When it comes to international embarrassment, I think Nigeria has we have a very good history. You understand? We when it comes to being embarrassed on the global platform, especially when it comes to football. I mean, I remember 2009. I was very, very active then. You understand? So I remember very well. I think 2008, leading the 2009, Jack, one of the then FIFA vice president, had to pressure Nigeria because we were hosting the Under-17 World Cup. It took a lot of, threats, warning that if all facilities are not put in place, You understand? If we mess this tournament up, we will face the rots. It took a lot of, Jack Warner coming to Nigeria, checking the facilities, making sure everything is all right. You understand? For something that we went to be to host. So when it comes to global embarrassment, Nigeria is not something, it's not a new thing. They have a badge of honor there. If you go to in fact, very recently, you can see what happened with the FIFA stadium project where we were supposed to, they issued $1.2 million for development of grassroots football and building grassroots, stadiums here and there. What did they do? You can see the stadium they built in, I forgot it, Taraba or wherever it was built, and the nonsense that they built in Delta State.
They didn't do anything.
What Kenya did with their own money. So when it comes to embarrassment, you understand? I don't think this NFF bunch, you understand? See, people don't know. Let me tell you one backstory about NFF. NFF didn't used to be our football federation. No. They didn't used to be the administration of our football. It used to be NFA. The NFA was so corrupt that some, members of the NFA, Nigerian Football Association, decided that this corruption is going to kill us as a country. We have to create a separate arm to fight this corruption. And luckily for them, they got some backing from the federal government, under Yaradua and then under Goodluck Jonathan. The NFF was constitutionally and, judicially bad, and it was now created an NFA. NFA died. People who fought that nonsense there, they are now the new corrupt charlatans. That tells you that this thing is just, it has stayed so long with us that I cannot but applaud these players for standing. We have more thing to deal with as a country. You understand? We have bigger mess to deal with. A lot is happening in our country. Football is just, that copium that we take to depart from all the worries and everything. You get it? But if we don't qualify, I don't think it's going to be catastrophic to the mood of the nation. We're already in a bigger mess. Do you understand? So a lot of people concerning themselves with Super Eagles might not qualify. Super Eagles, first of all, we are not supposed to be here, given the group that we played in. It's still administrative mess that led us to be here. So whether we beat Gabon or we don't beat Gabon, please leave the players. Leave them. They are a subset of you and me. Look at what the country is doing to me, you and me. They are equally a subset of it. So allow them. Let them fight for their right. If me and you cannot stand up to the nonsense the government is doing, allow people who are well-to-do to stand up and fight them. Let them fight them. Against Gabon, I know the players will give their all. You understand? NFF have they've made the situation messy already, but I believe they are professionals. Once they get to the pitch, they'll forget everything and then they'll fight, give their all against Gabon. Hopefully, if we are destined to qualify, or if we are if we are merited to qualify.
All right. So what's your take on the opponent we are facing, Gabon itself?
Well, if you look at Gabon, I think Gabon is a very dangerous team. I think they have Lemina there, very experienced guy, and most importantly, you have the likes of Aubameyang. Do you get? This is not the type of game we go into and then you are overly reliant on Osimhen. The entire team has to stand up. You get it? And we must try as much as we can to not conceive set pieces in dangerous areas, because it is obvious we are not good at, defending set pieces. At the same time, the likes of Lookman, the likes of Moses Simon, the likes of Dele Bashiru, this is the time for them to rise to the occasion and not allow Osimhen to be the focal point of the whole, the way the team is going to play, because we are not playing, a small footballing side. We are playing a Gabon who slightly, didn't qualify top of their group. Do you understand? So they have a lot of experienced players, plus the psychological aspect of their own preparation it's very all right. The president of the country has promised the Gabon players a lot of incentive, which they will fulfill because they have a history of fulfilling it. And again, they have a very experienced number 9 who has gone far and wide, played everywhere in Aubameyang, who is leading the line. So it's not going to be your bread and butter. This is not Seychelles. This is not Lesotho. This is not Zimbabwe. This is a seasoned national team. This is a team that has, a lot of experience inside of it. We need to do much more than we are doing. Eric Chell needs to be more, tactically sound, more than the way he has been handling other games. And most importantly, there needs to be cohesion in the way we play, discipline in the way we handle incident on the pitch. Don't put yourself in places where you get carried easily or get carried early in the game, because sometimes you can't help it. And then I don't know who is going to be starting between Mariko Okoye or what's the name of this guy, Wabali. But either of them, whoever is starting, I know Wabali is going to, has a higher probability of starting, but I'm pleading. Wabali, this is not the type of game you go into and you have this your main character madness. I'm begging. Once you enter into the pitch, forget yourself. Nobody cares. We know you. You don't need to be, those type of, the things you do on the pitch that makes that, the things you do now. I don't need to tell you. So please, shove away from it and let everybody focus. Whoever is starting in that defense, focus. The midfield too, fight. Let everybody fight. It's going to be very, interesting if we go to the World Cup. It's going to give us, a bittersweet, journey and what will I call it, tale if we qualify. And the players, to let them look at self. The majority of them are above 26, 27. So this is their last opportunity to go to the World Cup. They can just put in their best and then see how it goes.
All right, so let's maybe let them try their best and get the result, then allow us to face the NFF, because those people have done more harm than good to this country, to this. That's the question. That's the question.
When I say they've done more harm than good, it's as though there's some aspect where they are good. They are not good anywhere. They treat the Nigerian Super Falcons as if they are piece of filth. Even look at what the males are suffering. I mean, NFF has they are not important. They are nonsense.
Well, for one more thing, I saw pictures of other places where the other teams were lodged. I saw the pictures of their hotel, and I can't use and can't compare the one where them talk say that the best where they near the training pitch. Doesn't mean that others don't have.
you're not looking at it. See, do you know in the middle of this whole hotel debacle here and there, Morocco, the country that will be hosting AFCON, they posted it's like they are trying to mock us.
Yes.
They posted the stadium that the Super Eagles that they have provided for the Super Eagles when they come to Morocco. If you look at it, it's like where they will be giving the Super Eagles and where the NFF, who else the Super Eagles have given to Super Eagles?
Madness.
Luxurious, very serene environment that the Moroccans have already prepared for Super Eagles, and yet the NFF will get them. See where they put them. Look at where the international or people outside are ranking us. Look at where we are ranking our own players. But that one aside, so guys, please don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Fubana6247, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Please don't touch the dial. Always stick with us. All through the international duties, we'll be bringing you updates and match analysis of every match being played. Stick with us.